Hello everyone, welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot and a red state utilizing tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. And before I jump into the reading, I just want to thank you to and welcome to all of the new subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate you being here, and you guys have picked a really good time to tune in. It seems as though this season of America is getting really interesting. So, and that's kind of why I'm jumping on today to do this reading. I'm going to do the chit chat at the end. Usually, if you're a new viewer, usually what I do is a little intro and do a little chit chat. But today I am just going to jump right into this press conference that we are going to be seeing here in just a few hours. I want to do a base reading into like what is that going to look like? What is that going to be? And then we will debrief kind of at the end of this video. So without any further ado, I will be asking what can we expect in this press conference that we're getting ready to see. Okay. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. What can we expect in this press conference that we're getting ready to see? Just a base reading. What can we expect in this press conference? Okay, base reading. What can we expect? Okay. Knight of Cups is the heart of this. This is going to be an offering of something. Okay. So knights are changes. Cups are that emotions. So an emotional offering of some kind. What's crossing it, or what the cross of this is going to be the Queen of Wands. And this is going to be about messaging. And so what is the difficulty here is the messaging. So whatever it is, like these two cards together, especially with this coming up in the challenge position, is telling me that either we're not believing what they're saying is there's problems with the messaging, like false friend messaging. Okay. And the reason I say false friend, anytime that I read on this administration, it will always, always, always be the lower energy of the cards. Okay. What we have coming in is overcoming difficulties. They're trying to put to rest that there's something wrong with Trump's health. Okay, that's the very first thing I thought whenever I saw that. They're trying to, this is someone who's having to defend themselves, and they're having to defend all of this communication that they did over the past several days, for proof of life. It's like, really, that's the best you've got is photos from, weeks to months ago and grainy video footage. It's like you didn't have B-roll ready, for this day, seriously. So there's going to be, this is, if they take questions, and I almost see like, if this is the questions that they're taking today, they're having a really difficult time answering those questions. The foundation, back and forth. What are we going to do? How are we going to weather the troubled waters here? And we've got choices to make. And this is the foundation of this, of what are we going to do? I'm feeling like the center here is we have to have a show of strength, like everything is fine, but nobody's believing it. Okay. In the recent events, they're lying. And in the Rider-Waite deck with this, first, I always read this as foxes loose in the hen house. Don't trust what you're seeing. Trying to grab all, steal what they can under the dark of night. And back here, I want you to see, notice the circus tents. It's like the White House right now is nothing but a damn circus. And they're lying. And it's like, my question is, what were you throwing out the window there at the White House? Somebody was saying, and this was like one of the, I don't know if it was Midas Touch. It may have been Hawk's podcast. I'm not for sure, but it was one of the liberal podcasters was saying the only reason you throw things out the window is because you don't want it going through security. So what were they throwing out the window? It's like that kind of, they're lying. They're lying. And you get the 7 here. They're having a difficult difficult time overcoming and answering just basic questions about this past weekend. And what can we expect the outcome? More messaging. Big wand. I'm going to ask some more questions on this, because that big wand could be like they're just trying to strong arm the Americans and gaslighting us and believing like it's all okay. It's like, no, it isn't all okay. Absolutely not. There was also I saw Aaron Parnas, and he was saying that Lying Caroline, okay, he didn't call her Lying Caroline, I am, but he was saying that she had some post or something about today's press conference was going to be about the military, and there was speculation like, are they going to rename the Department of Defense the Department of War? Because that just screams peacekeeping right there. So there's big messaging coming out with today. I'm going to do some more cards on that. Ace of Wands. What exactly do we mean here with this Ace of Wands? Okay, with the Ace of Wands, are they truly going to say, like, everything's fine? Just give it some time. Give it, he just needs some rest. He just overworked himself. That's the feeling I'm getting. Like, he just overworked himself. He just needed some family time. But the American people are not buying it. You know why? Because they're lying. That's just, they're lying. So will we see Trump today? Will we see him today? Just yes or no. Will we see Trump today? This is leading me to believe that no, or they trot him out. He makes a statement and then they trot him back off. And when when people are asking questions, it's like he just needed rest. So that's why, we trotted him out, but he needs rest. So are we going to see him today? He's working. I think they're going to show him working. It's like this idea that he's working. He's doing the work. He's fine. See, we've given the people what they want. He's fine, but yet he's not fine. He is so not fine. This is the walking away card, and I really feel like this is Trump getting ready to check out. So if we see him today, it's just to show that he's working, but the gift... Okay, this is going to be the snarky interpretation, which is the gift to the world is that he checks out, okay? I would love for that to be that meaning. And actually, I actually really do kind of feel that with this, that while they're over here saying, oh yeah, he's working, it's like, really, the gift of it isn't so much that he's working, it's that he's leaving. Okay. So I don't know if we see him, it's going to be like, I don't know. Will he take questions? Will he take any questions today from reporters? Will he take any questions today? And taking questions, the Hierophant. It's government, but it's also the spirit of the institution. So will he take questions? We've got the government here. This can also be, spiritual leader, spiritual teacher. It could also embody, the leader of the government. Okay. No. And did I ask if he was going to take questions? It's blocked. No. And no. Page of Swords. Somebody, if this has to do with the Department of Defense, I would imagine Pete Hegseth is going to be there, and really that's who you're going to let take the questions, and thinking that that's going to put, Trump's health to rest. Honestly, what I'm feeling with this is that whatever it is they're trying to do, which is, if we come back here to the very center of this, they're trying to tell everybody, oh, it's all okay. And quite literally, everything else is, no, it isn't. They're lying about him being okay. They want this new message of he's okay. He's doing, they're going to have to be fielding questions on this, and they're not happy with having to field those questions. They're lying. They're trying to decide what to do. And I got that they're absolutely terrified of what's going to happen. Okay. And so they're trying to have this big message that everything's fine. And then what was it? I can't remember what I asked here exactly. Like, are we going to see him? One of these was our, or one of these was our, oh, I was asking about this, the Ace of Wands. So the big message is he spent time with his family. That's the message. He just needs some rest. And yeah, it's all okay. He just needs some rest, and that we're not happy with what's, he's resting, but we're not happy with that story. Okay. He just needs to rest. And then when I ask about, are we going to see him today? There's going to be something to indicate that he's working. That's the message of he's working. But I don't know. I mean, if we see him, it's going to be brief. I would be surprised if he does much more than speak. I really don't. I mean, the only reason I'm saying that he's the one giving the press conference is this. They want to show that he's working. But whatever it is we see at that press conference today leads to more questions than answers. Because it's like the government, and then this is blocked. Like, whatever they're saying, they're keeping things hidden, they're keeping things blocked, and that I think it's Pete Hegseth that's trying to answer questions. I mean, really, but it's like whatever questions they ask, whoever this is that kind of takes over the press conference, they're not able to answer the questions to anybody's satisfaction. Okay, I'm really kind of seeing this press conference be more of a disaster than calming anybody's. It's weird because it's like it's not calming anyone's fears, and it's like who's afraid? Fears. It's like, oh, MAGA. they're very concerned about his health. The rest of us are not so. We're not so worried about that. So I'm going to pick these up, and let's see, where do I want to go with this? I'm going to ask about Trump's health, okay? What is it that we can expect for Trump's health? What do we need to know? I'm going to expect kind of like those past cards to show maybe this past weekend. Where are we currently? And then what can we expect? I'm going to kind of focus on the way the cards lay out. That's kind of what I'm focusing on. So Trump's health, base reading into what we just experienced. I don't even know. Yeah, they're telling us they're telling us one thing, like it's all okay. Okay, let me put those back in here. And what was the other card? Oh, and that was stuck in there too. The Hermit. This is also under the sign of Virgo, of seeking a path, a righteous path. He's trying to find his way to heaven. So, base reading into Trump's health from, let's start with as of Tuesday this past week forward. Okay, this past week forward for just what do we need to know? Base reading into Trump's health. These cards don't shuffle as easy as my other cards, but I just really wanted to use this deck today, so sorry that it's taken me a little while to shuffle here. So, Trump's health. What do we need to know? Okay, there we go. That was a good shuffle. What do we need to know? For those of you that are new here, I have always read this card as controlling the orange beast. So it's like the strength card. He's trying to show strength. But I don't know. This is also, if you notice, it looks like they're, like she's trying to, if you've ever tried to give a cat a pill, you know the technique of trying to get their mouth open. You hold their face, you hold here, you know the drill. Okay. So this could also be like the doctor's telling him what he needs to do. Okay, the medicine that he's supposed to be taking, and the challenge to, holy crap. You guys, you saw me shuffle. I say that all the time when this card comes up. You saw me shuffle. Okay, the challenge is it's falling apart. Okay, he's not doing well at all. Okay, I'm surprised they're having this press conference today. What's coming in, the energy that's coming in, the options is the High Priestess. This is a card of keeping things hidden. The answers are there, but they're being kept from us. Okay. This does not look well. In the past, MAGA, this is also could be the child, the mind of a child, nostalgia. And we know, when he's out there saying, "Oh yeah, it's $1.99 gas and price of groceries is coming down," and I'm like, I'm sorry, but did 1999 call? They want those gas prices back and those grocery prices. I mean, it's like, where's your mind? Because it's not in current day, cost of groceries. So, like he would ever know what groceries cost or gas. But anyway, that's what I'm feeling. It's like the foundation of this is either it's the nostalgia card, and with the red hats is either MAGA wishing for a time that never existed, or it's Trump is in his mind is he's in a time that never existed. But yet that's where he's at, is back when America was white. And new beginnings. This is what the recent past is. I will be shocked if we see him today. I mean, seriously, I will. And if we do, I don't even know what they would do to prop him up. And that Ace of Wands again, that big bully club. And that's how I'm going to read it. Messaging, bully club, like, how dare you question his fitness? That's the feeling I'm getting. And we're like, did you not see the shit being thrown out of the White House windows? I mean, really? That's, this does not bode well for them. Okay. All roads lead to the Tower card. And I always like to say, in conjunction with the people uprise, and the people say, this is what we want and this is what we don't want. Okay. And then, so if I'm just looking here at his health, these are going to be my past cards. He's a fool. This card is, I'm really, with these two cards together, he's got the mind of a child. I think he's had a series of strokes. It wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't a heart attack in there as well, but a series of strokes is what I'm feeling with him. He's had a series of strokes, and his mind is that of a child. And then it's all falling apart. They're trying to prop him up, but it's falling apart. They can't keep things hidden. The options are, how can we keep this hidden? But they can't. They cannot keep him hidden. So I know, yes, I do think that he's still alive. There's reasons I think that. Let me see. Let me just do 3 cards on, is there anything else we need to know today? Is there anything else we need to know about today? 3 cards. The Justice card. Justice is coming. The scales are going to be balanced. Feeling left out in the cold. And then the truth comes out. Yeah, I think both of these is telling me the truth comes out, and then these people in the cold. This is either MAGA is feeling left out in the cold, or the rest of us are like, is the nightmare finally going to end because the truth has come out? I'm going to put some more cards on that. 5 of, oops, I got cards everywhere here. Okay, there we go. The 5 of Pentacles. What do we need to know about the 5 of Pentacles? And it could be like the national nightmare is coming to an end. Like we are ready to step out into the sun again. And that, oh my gosh, that is so true. And this 5 of Pentacles, something being offered finally. And in the past, I've also gotten this around like the election fraud, like we got to count the votes. So I don't think that I just want to put that out there. And something being offered, something that we're being told. And so I think that what else we need to know is we're going to have, I think this is going to be about, because I asked anything else we need to know. And this is justice. We're going to be stepping out into the sun. The truth comes out. And I'm going to leave this as the truth comes out. Whether it's about the election, whether it's about Trump's health, the Epstein files, pick one, any of them, it could all be. And this could even be like, there's 2 more things that we need to find out, which, Russia's involvement and, Project 2025. I mean, there could be a lot of truths that are getting ready to come out. That I can safely say with that. And that this is related to Trump's health. Okay. So, with all of that. Okay, first of all, I want to point out, Got my Blue Wave shirt on. Costco. I got this at Costco a few weeks ago. I don't know if they still have them or not, but that's where I got it. My Blue Wave. I'm a blue dot in a red state, and I got to have my low-key resistance clothing, even though I'm about ready to not be low-key at all. So what I want to do here just for a minute, if you're going to check out of the reading, thank you for stopping by. I really, really do appreciate it. And I am probably going to have at least a post after the press conference. If it's really wild, I will do another reading, okay? So if you're going to hop off, thank you for joining me, but stay tuned. You know, if you're sticking around for the little chit chat, more than welcome to stick around, more than welcome to come back and check this out later. But I just wanted to go over this past weekend. Holy crap on a cracker. That, you know, and I did that short video yesterday for you guys. What's interesting is I am usually pretty good about having my readings scheduled, and I know, like, okay, this is how far I've got, and I usually have readings scheduled out like 3 or 4 days about that, and I didn't have anything scheduled for today, and I was like, I don't need to, and that was last week. Okay, because I was like, okay, I need to do the energy reading for September. I need to do, you know, I want to do the economy. Nadler has resigned or isn't seeking re-election. That's a reading I want to do, you know, so got all this stuff, and then this happened. Okay, so first we have, you guys, as I said in that other video, you got to experience that joy. With that also comes the frustration of, so when? That is, and now you guys can understand whenever I go time and tarot, I don't know, time and, you know, it's because we feel it first, and then there's all of the decisions that have to happen before it actually manifests. So I'm going to say we are definitely on the sooner train than the later train. The other thing that I wanted to kind of debrief with you guys real quick is that August energy reading. I haven't done an update, but I'm probably going to talk more about it also in the September reading. I got that those first 3 weeks of August were going to be a pressure cooker. And then that last week, which is this past week that we just experienced, was going to be like the calm after the storm. It had a very different feel to it. He did that, you know, Stalin-esque type, you know, dear leader cabinet meeting that lasted like, what, 3 hours on Tuesday? And then we didn't see him, we didn't hear from him, and oh my God, was that not just a glorious thing to not even have to hear his grating voice, you know? So that happened. I am going to wait until after the press conference to do the September energy reading. I'm going to say my feeling is buckle up. We're going to be in for a wild ride in September, especially if they're still trying to prop him up. Okay. I have more to say about the September energy stuff that I'm feeling without doing cards, but I'm going to save that for the September energy reading. What I want to do right now is go ahead and sign off, because it takes a little bit for for everything to be ready on YouTube. So I want to make sure this gets posted before the press conference, even if it's in standard definition. I promise, if it hasn't uploaded to high def, I will post this ASAP. Okay. So if it looks a little weird, just know that, you know, it hasn't fully processed yet. But I feel like it's that important to get this out. So take a deep breath. We are going to get through this. We are. Our country is going to get through this right now. So hang in there. Thank you so much for joining me, especially all you. I got a little excited. That camera was everywhere. Especially if you're a new viewer, a new subscriber. As I said, the season of America is really kind of kicking up in speed here. So it's getting good. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next reading that I have a feeling will be sooner rather than later. So have a good day.